Welcome to the Freedom Property Podcast, the modern real estate brand empowering excellence. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back. It's the Freedom Property Podcast show. Today, we've got one of the young guns in the building. His name is Tom RohmHurford. Welcome.
Thanks for having me, Josh.
Thanks for coming on. You've been a bit nervous.
Yeah. I've been waiting all year for this and put it off heaps of times, but got to do it sometime, hey?
Oh, absolutely, mate. You know, no one's watching this anyway, except for Wazza and Tonksy and your mum, probably.
Yeah, maybe. Hopefully not.
That's it. So tell us a little bit about what's going on, mate. How are you finding things? This is your first year in real estate.
Yeah. So I've been doing it for like 11 months now.
Yeah.
All year. Straight out of school. I'm 19.
Yeah.
So, I started off, had literally no clue what I was going to do with life. Finished school, had a couple of uni things lined up, but I was always going to defer.
Yep.
I saw an ad online, one of your ones.
Yeah, nice.
And I was like, oh, well, that looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Cool. But of course, I was just like, nah.
Yeah.
Nah, didn't really bother me. And then family friend told me about you.
Nice.
Shout out Aaron.
Yeah.
And I hit you up for a job and sent me a text back and I was here.
Yeah, it's all timing when you get a job here. A lot of the time, it's like what agents need that extra person in their team.
Yeah.
And when you applied, there was two guys here, Tonksy and Wazza. They've both been with us for a very long time, who decided that they want to take their business to the next level and they needed some help. So I said, well, you guys need to get a buyer manager, so why don't you share one, and so that's what you do at the moment. You work 50% for Wazza and 50% for Tonksy?
Yeah. So it's kind of split my week up between, so Monday I'd be working for Wazza, Tuesday Tonksy, etc.
Yeah,
so
nice.
Kind of split it up.
All right, let's talk about it. So what do you get up to during the day then? What do you do?
So at the moment I'm looking after hottest buyers at the moment, looking to buy properties, but also going out prospecting for potential sellers of ours, what they want, trying to kind of marry it up, make their life a little bit easier so they can just sell and we can figure it out from there. So.
Awesome. And so every day you're basically just coming into the office, looking at the dashboard, seeing who needs to be called? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, realistically. So we have KPIs, of course, like, 100 calls a day minimum, realistically. But
just 100? No, it's, just 100 calls,
Yeah, we'll see what we can do most of the time. But there's obviously distractions. We have inspections we have to do, building and pests.
So you're doing the building and pests and stuff as well?
Yeah.
So you're doing things that will slow the agents down a little bit, because obviously, when we put a property under contract, we need someone to go out and do the building and pests, do the valuation, obviously get settlement stuff ready as well. So you're involved in all of that?
Yeah. Just make their life easier, realistically. They can do what they're good at.
Yeah.
I learn the ropes, really, which is...
Yeah, this is what this year is all about for you at the moment. Like, there's not much pressure, and probably next year as well, it's just about being in real estate and understanding why people are buying homes and what the process looks like, when they buy it or when one goes under contract, or, you're just understanding what's going on in real estate right now. So there's not too much pressure on you at the moment. So you're in a good spot. You're figuring out what to do and you're starting to figure out how to motivate people on the phone as well.
Yeah, that's it. So, of course, when I started, it was like, you're saying, oh, how's your property search going, etc. But you're not really connecting with these people. I think that's something we've been focusing on a lot more between everyone in the office, is just trying to build rapport with everyone. Like, ask more questions, find out, do they have a house to sell? Okay, cool. So they have a house to sell and they want to buy this. Let's go find this so we can sell theirs. And it's happened so many times now, and it's happening more where, I've got that connection with buyers. Even if they buy, they'll tell me, without me asking, where they bought, and they'll say, look, I'm going to call you in the future, 5-10 years time. And we're not going to let them go, of course, just with the way the system is. But
that's it. Yeah, it's that's the best way to do it right now, because these people that you're building relationships with, they are your future sellers. So as a young person, there's no real pressure on you right now. You're just servicing all these people, helping them. Have you seen this? Check out this, coming on soon. Really understanding these people, getting to know them. And then in a couple of years' time, they might decide to resell this property. Yeah. And maybe you've just started in real estate then, and we start to advertise you, and they're like, oh, that's that Tom Rohm.
Yeah, that's it.
Kept ringing me every week.
Yeah.
And you might just get their listing over it. So that's exciting. What are you enjoying about that side of the role?
Yeah, I love meeting people. I've always loved, talking.
Yeah.
My parents always bag me on about it. Just I don't shut up. But yeah, it's just meeting people and learning the ropes. It's what I love most. Woz and Tonks, they run their business so differently. Alex runs it very similar to you, learning from you.
Yeah, nice.
And Tonks, he's a lot more laid out back, but he's super professional.
Yeah.
When you see him, like you can just flick and he's super professional. So
Yeah.
learning kind of both sides is so great.
Yeah.
I connect with them so well. Tonks is like that older brother I never had.
Yeah, nice.
And Woz is like that best mate,
Yeah.
And I love it. Yeah, can't imagine working for anyone else.
That's awesome.
It's pretty great.
Yeah, no, definitely. It is hard as well, because sometimes you can be a little bit too friendly because, I know with myself, I had Wazza working for me and I was, I think I was like mid-20s and he was like 18 years old. So similar sort of setup to what you guys are doing at the moment. And we ended up just being too friendly and like it was like, oh, I need you to like ramp it up now,
Yeah, it's definitely happened before too. So.
Yeah, so that's why sometimes I come in there and I just like start to bust you a little bit and I go, oh, so what have you done today? Like, because I want to try and put you on your toes a little bit, because I know that, sometimes it's hard, isn't it? When you're that friendly. So yeah, you got to, it's great to have friends, but it's also, you got to remember why you're here.
Yeah.
It's not all just about us all here hanging out with each other, like you're here to make a difference in these people's lives.
Yeah, that's it.
You really need to pay your money back. Like they're paying you money at the moment. And so what your job is to find a buyer who is about to buy a house off somebody else and steer them onto one of our properties. That's your job.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing every day. We're going to war for our sellers. So it's like, no, that's not the house. It's this one. All right. So that's where you got to stay focused. It's like, I understand that it's a lovely house, but you need to look at this one. You got to come look at this one. Like I've been speaking to you for months now. Like, please come and check this out, And that's what we need you to keep focusing on. It's like, it's an exciting time for you at the moment.
Yeah, it's super interesting.
Yeah.
Just feel like I'm learning so much every single day. It's like learning a different thing, different piece of dialogue. We have our weekly trainings. They're always different, So many different agents in the office and they run their business so differently. And, I can go out and I go speak to Luke Nell all the time. Christian, they run their business so differently.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's just so good to get all that intel from so many people in the office, which is so great. You and Jake obviously have the big business and everyone wants to run their business like that, but you can't always do that.
You've got to
definitely make it your own.
That's it. And
great.
There will be times when, like it's, you can start to get to that sort of level. But at the moment, you're in a great spot. You're in a really good spot. You're in a very, very strong office here with a lot of good agents. And that's what you do need to just be a sponge right now and just take in all the good stuff. And the things that people aren't doing good as well, like you can learn off people's mistakes even better because there's certain things that, some agents have done from the start here when they've started as agents and they've done it really well and others it's taken them a little bit longer to do it. And now they're trying to catch back up and do it. And you're like, oh, you should have just done it from the start, So when you start, you got to just come in with a perfect.
Yeah. And I guess I'm so young, so you can only, you have to keep trying. I reckon the hardest part is just picking up the phone and dialing because you're going to get so many no's. You always get no's. No. And then you get that one yes.
Are you talking about like girls?
Come on.
No, I'm joking. No, but is that the hardest bit for you at the moment? Is it dealing with the rejection?
Definitely at the start it was. When I came on, we didn't really have too much on. So I was really prospecting instead.
Yeah.
And I struggled a lot. It was a hard 3 months just because I had no background in cold calling. And I was learning and I was just getting so many no's. I was so nervous on the phone. And eventually it came on and started booking heaps of appraisals. And, we didn't get anything off that, but a few have come on now, 6 months later. And it's like, it actually works. You're just building this rapport and we never let them go.
Yeah.
We've had heaps of buyers who've come into a system where, they have a place to sell, but they wouldn't tell us.
Yeah.
And we've just serviced them as a buyer. And then eventually you've asked the question, they're like, of course you're getting our listing,
Awesome.
Like no one else has serviced us like this.
That's awesome. Yeah.
It's good feeling.
That's exactly what you're here to do, You just, like I say, just it's all about relationships in this game.
Yeah.
So, all this other stuff, it's all noise. That we're doing this right now so you can see in a couple of years' time how much further you have progressed.
Yeah.
This isn't for anybody else except for us. This podcast right now, no one's going to watch this. It's all good. We're going to watch this, and we're going to, a few years' time, we're going to be like, oh, okay, I was on track.
And I feel like that's why I didn't want to go on the start, because there's not too much to talk about, whereas 12 months in, you can talk about what you've learned in the year as you have. And 2 years' time, it'll be like, whoa, nothing.
Yeah, you're going to, like, I remember myself when I first started to where I am right now. And like, it's very hard when you're a young man, like you feel like you've got it all covered, you know, you're like, oh, I've got this, you know, I know what's going on. But yeah, like there's just so much to take in here, and it's just time now. It's just,
I definitely felt like that 4 months in. I was like, I'm ready to go. Like, I only knew 20% of the business, really. And, you know, now I'm just like, thank God I didn't go out like this coming year, because I want to be that beast like KP was, and he spent those years learning from the best. And look at him now.
Yeah.
And I'm only young. I've got heaps of time to
Absolutely.
learn.
Yeah, you got plenty of time. You know, it's I think that this first year is about, all right, understanding things. But I think this next year that you're coming into, what we need to do is you need to be like so valuable. You need to just really start to take control of things and not wait for things to happen. And it's like be a lot more proactive and really there's no real pressure on you right now.
Yeah.
So you can go out and you can like try these door knocks. You can try and get these listings, like, because if you don't get it, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
But it will hurt you down the track if you're trying that for the first time when you first start your own business. It's going to be a little bit harder.
Yeah, and that's definitely what we're trying to implement a bit more now. It's like me, more or less, not just doing those 100 calls in the office, you know, doing 30 valuable calls and going to meet 70 new people, you know, and really going to find stuff for sellers, because there's a lot of people right now who are like, I won't sell unless I buy. Yeah. And they will only buy that home. Yeah. And, you know, so you have to go find that home.
That's it.
And I think that's how my job's kind of changed now.
Yeah.
I'm more or less out of buyers. I'm only look after the best buyers and now the best sellers, and really going out finding them stuff. So if that's, you know, looking at your stock or even other agents who don't work in this office and trying to find them something. So
nice. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you need to attach yourself to these best buyers. That's 100% where you need to be living. Like, you need to be speaking to them nearly every day.
Yeah, sure.
You know, they need to think that you're their agent, you know, and start to look after them, and you will become that person for them.
Yeah, and it's a great feeling when you build that rapport and they'll tell you, oh, I saw this one. Can you get in contact to the agent for me? And you're just like, yeah, sweet.
Absolutely.
They're always going to buy for you regardless. And that's what your goal is with every single person, I reckon.
Yeah. And understanding leverage right now for you, like it's, what you got to remember is the client is, their negatives of you will be like you're young and inexperienced, and, you know, like you already know all these things. So if you can understand that leverage, so when you're speaking to these people, you can say to them, listen, I know I'm young and I know I'm inexperienced and I know all these dramas that you're thinking about me, and you just go, boom, there they are. But the reason why I'd like to come and speak to you is I'd like to bring, you leverage the agent that you're working with through the door, and you say, as a team, we'll be all over this, and I'd love to learn, on a listing like yours, and I'll do everything right. And as a young person, enthusiasm will always win. It's always the thing that's going to drive. So if you can be the most enthusiastic person on the phone and really want to help these people, because this is exactly what I did. I did all this as well. You know, I was your age and I was in real estate and I was thrown completely into the deep end. We didn't have this last. And I used to just ring people and I'd just be like, please, I'll come see you. I promise you I'll work so hard for you. Just give me a chance, you know, and that's where you need to keep that right now, but then leverage the other agents.
Yeah. And it's more or less explaining the process we have, like how they're going to come into our system and they're going to hear from me, like as a buyer. And if they have a place to sell, they're going to hear from Alex or Tom too. So explaining the process and what they're going to get, because no other person's, explaining that process. And
it's exciting.
They're going to get 4 points of contact realistically. Me, Tom, our contracts team, get Taylor from listings, whatever it is. So I think it's time to impress people.
Yeah, show them we're running a business here, you know. That's exciting, bro. That's exciting. Was it as bad as what you thought, this podcast?
No, it's not too bad.
He's a little bit nervous. But appreciate you coming in, mate. You did really well. And we're going to watch this in a couple of years and we're going to have a laugh.
Yeah, keen.
All right. Thanks for coming. See you on the next one.